You mentioned NFTs earlier. Ethereum is the blockchain of choice for those. It seems, I guess Solana's going to come in and make a challenge for it. Most people are buying their NFTs in Ethereum. You know, you talked about art and that Mickey Mantle piece, and you're wearing a Led Zeppelin t-shirt, and I think you bought the jersey of one of the Mets players that was the first game after 9/11.
Yeah,
And
Mike
so,
does.
yeah, that and you know, I was thinking about there's the Picasso, and then there's the Picasso with Steve Wynn's finger gone through it. The value just went up. There's the Banksy painting. There's the Banksy painting after he shredded it. It's now on for Sotheby's at £4 to £6 million. It was sold for £1 million.
Right.
So again, it's this perception of value. You got the gold watch back in the day, Anthony, I'm sure when, you know, rolling out in Long Island, but now it's the picture on Instagram of the gold watch that maybe is more valuable. And we get into these weird blurry lines, right? Where what is valuable? Maybe it's cool for me to have the cool ape on my Twitter thing. Maybe that's cooler than having the Lambo in my garage no one sees. What are your thoughts, and I know it's early days, on NFTs in general, the future of that? Is it exciting? Do you think it's a sideshow right now? What do you think?
Well, first of all, let me stipulate I'm Italian from Long Island. And so I'm obviously a car guy. And so I'm taking the Lambo over the NFT picture of a Lambo, just so you know. And I'm
Well,
going to be
boomer alert.
and I'm going to be driving it with my Tom Ford sunglasses on, dreaming about and thinking of my 17th birthday. But in truth and seriousness related to NFTs, like it or not, they're here and they're going to exist. And like it or not, there's a whole group of people, my adult children being among them, who have lived in the digital world. They play video games. They are interacting with each other digitally. They're breaking up with each other over their phones or texting or ghosting each other. And so all of a sudden, something that's in the digital world feels very real to them because they live a good portion of their life in the digital world. And so if you've got an NFT that's scarce and valuable and is neat, and it fits the criteria, it is the same thing as a Mickey Mantle baseball card, or the same thing as a sculpture. It becomes a piece of art. And one thing about art, which is undeniable, there's a social totem to the art. If I own the art, that means I am so rich that I can spend my money on this digital piece of ether, or I can spend my money on that stretched piece of canvas with the acrylic paint on it. And there's a social totem aspect to this in terms of your pecking order. And why wouldn't it pervade and extend itself to NFTs? And that's not to say that there's probably art that was in the Renaissance. It wasn't Caravaggio. It wasn't Da Vinci. That is decorative, not valuable the way those artists became valuable. And I'm sure there's a great proliferation of NFT artistry right now that is probably going to cycle out. But there will be a few things that I think will be very valuable. Jack Dorsey's tweet, his first tweet, sold for $2.5 million. My guess is it'll be worth a lot more years and years from now. The same way that that first Apple computer turns out it's worth a lot of money today. You know, there's a memorabilia, there's a collectability to it. And so why wouldn't that also transcend into the digital space? And you mentioned my jersey. And so just imagine in the NFT world, we could fractionalize that jersey. We could sell the jersey as an NFT, and we could give people this hologram of the jersey. And we say, okay, well, you own a piece of the jersey alongside of me. Now, if you're a Met fan, you may want to do that. And now that jersey is, oh, you want to trade it? Well, you've got this coin that you could trade to somebody else that represents the ownership in that jersey. I'm not saying we're going to do that, but if that has been presented to me as an idea. And so one of the cool things about what's going on right now is, and I just started a company inside of Skybridge, I'm incubating it, that I call Flatter. It's an NFT company. Now, why am I calling it Flatter? Well, there's a double entendre. Flatter, you're giving somebody something, a gift, you're flattering them. But Flatter, you're flattening the world. Flatter. And the idea is that we're going to make things flatter. We're going to give people the opportunity to own a fraction of the Declaration of Independence, a fraction of a piece of art, a fraction of a jersey or a baseball that was hit by Babe Ruth. My point being is that this world now of fractionalization and digitization is going to open up things in ways that people didn't expect. And so we're going to be heavily involved in NFTs.